Welcome to Higher Health, the podcast that elevates your understanding of health beyond the conventional into a realm where mind, body, and spirit align. If you're ready to rise above the noise of traditional health approaches and connect deeply with your inner wisdom, you're in the right place. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Rogers, a heart-centered, Harvard-trained epidemiologist, researcher, medical intuitive, and transformational health and longevity expert. In this space, we explore the profound journey of health and well-being, where every choice aligns with your highest self. Together, we'll unlock the true essence of being healthy, empowered, and whole. Welcome back to Higher Health with Dr. Elizabeth Rogers. I am very happy that you're here today. And if you hear any cute little sounds in the background, then it's Peanut. She seems to be very excited about and interested in this episode today. On the last episode, my guest, Dr. Gradman, and I talked about falling and fall prevention. So if you missed that episode, definitely go back and listen. If you're thinking it doesn't apply to you because you're, quote, too young, think again. Every human being on earth is prone to falling regardless of age, which is why Dr. Gradman has a young woman on the cover of his new book about falls. In part because we just talked about falls, I was guided to talk to you about movement today. Not just exercise, but movement in general. Movement is another resource and pathway to connection with yourself, mind, body, and spirit, with your source, with your heart, with others, and with the earth. And as you know, if you've been listening, being connected is what being healthy is all about. Being connected is the foundation and essence of being healthy. It's when we are connected to ourselves, mind, body, and spirit, that we can connect to our source. And when we're connected, we can easily make choices in alignment with our highest self. Then we're living in a state of higher health. When I was working in mainstream academic research, I was developing myself as a healthy aging expert. I was fortunate to work with some of the leaders in the fields of aging epidemiology and longevity research. And along that path, I got to work on many incredible studies. During those years, I interviewed countless, probably thousands of adults of all ages, people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, all the way up through people in their 90s and over 100 years old. In research, especially in the longevity field, we call these people exceptional agers. Those experiences shifted my perspective at that time in my life of what aging really is and what it means. And I learned that age truly is just a number. Chronological age, biological age, spiritual age, they are absolutely not the same things. I met people in their 70s and 80s who could run circles around people I met in their 40s and 50s. I still remember this one guy in his 80s who would show off his six-pack to the entire research team every year, and he was hilarious. And he sure didn't seem his age. I started asking those people what their trick or their secret was. And one of the things they all told me was, quote, I never stopped moving. There it is. Movement. It's such an important part of being healthy. So my question to you today is, how do you move? Do you move in ways that help you connect to yourself and your source? Or do you move in ways that keep you distracted or disconnected? Maybe for you, it's a little of both. For example, if you go to the gym and work out, are you aware of your breath so that you're consciously breathing and paying attention to your form? Or are you listening to your headphones, distracted by the music, and just getting through the motions and workout? Are you connected or disconnected? If you go to yoga class, are you breathing and moving with your breath? Or are you watching the teacher and listening to the music? Are you connected or disconnected? I've been a registered yoga teacher since 2008, and I used to love teaching in studios when I was still in graduate school. I definitely miss it. I never demonstrated or played music in my classes, yet my classes were always packed. Why didn't I do those things? If it was an intro or beginner class, once in a while, I would show poses to help students get the visual briefly. But most of the time, I never demoed because the class wasn't about me. And the goal wasn't for students to look like me or look any certain way in a pose. It was about how they were feeling in the pose. And it was about how they were breathing in the pose. And honestly, the poses or asana are only 1/8 or one minor part of yoga. Yoga is a breathing practice. The only thing I wanted students to do was breathe. And through that breathing, they'd connect to themselves. Maybe for the first time that day, week, or ever. That's why I never played music. It's a crutch and a distraction. All of a sudden, students would be listening to the music instead of their breath. I still feel strongly about this. It's through the breath that students, including myself, connect to ourselves, mind, body, and spirit, and then to our source. And when we are connected, we are being healthy. Movement and breath are two very simple ways to get ourselves connected. But if your movement isn't mindful and you're not aware and not connected, is it even healthy? And are you being healthy? Yes, going to Orange Theory or doing a high intensity interval training or cardio workout is a healthy thing to do if that is the kind of exercise and movement that aligns and feels good for you. But if you're just going through the motions, distracted by the music or the screens at the gym or whatever is around you, and you're not even paying attention to your breath, you're likely much more prone to injuries and falls. And is that being healthy? Is it a healthy choice? If you're doing that glute workout because that's what all the girls on Instagram or TikTok or whatever social media platform are doing? Or is it a healthy choice to follow what feels really good for your body, no matter what anyone else does or says, even if it's totally unique or different? There's a lot of toxic messaging out there that can program you to believe something that isn't true if you let it. And it will totally and completely disconnect you from yourself and your truth. Is it a healthy choice if you're forcing yourself to move or exercise? Or is it a healthy choice when you allow yourself to rest, even on a day when you are planning to move because that's simply what feels best on that day? Higher health calls for us to start asking ourselves these questions. Healthy movement is when we are choosing to move in a way that helps us get and be connected. You can go to Orange Theory or do a high intensity interval training workout and be fully connected as long as you're breathing and paying attention to your breath and your body. I used to tell my yoga students that if you're moving and you cannot breathe, then you're not connected and you need to change what you are doing. There are zero research studies that show that jamming your body into a place it doesn't belong has any health benefits. I can promise you that. Yet so many people do this every day. Movement can be and feel however you want it to be and feel. It should be something you enjoy and that makes you feel good and feel connected to yourself. The relationship people sacrifice the most is the most important one in your life. Your relationship with yourself. And movement can be a way to nurture and nourish that relationship. It can be a way to connect with yourself, mind, body, and spirit. And then all of a sudden, your connection to your source will become so much stronger because your connection with yourself is stronger. And everything is a mirror. Start paying attention to your movement. How does it make you feel? How are you moving? Is the movement you're choosing what's really in alignment with your highest self? Is the kind of movement you're choosing really the healthiest choice for you? When you move, are you connected? Are you aware of your breathing? Because it can be that easy. Just this breath in and this breath out. Let your movement connect you back to your breath. Then let it connect you back to you. I really sincerely hope you can feel the love, the connection, and positive energy infused into this podcast episode. Remember, the world needs you and your light. Trust yourself and your heart. And the way to do that is by staying connected to yourself, mind, body, and spirit, and to your source. That's all being healthy truly is. See you next time. Thank you so much for listening to Higher Health with Dr. Elizabeth Rogers. If you enjoyed the show today, it would mean so very much to me if you subscribe to the show and leave an honest, positive review. You can easily subscribe by going to the upper right-hand corner of Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Odyssey, or wherever you listen to podcasts, and press the plus sign in the upper right-hand corner. Also, be sure to sign up for my email list and join my private Substack community to get even more content, value, and support on your health and well-being journey. You'll find these links in the show notes. Sending you so much positive and supportive energy today. I really hope you can feel it.